Hello guys, welcome back. Willkommen. We are back. Had a little bit of a disconnection with the internet, but we're all back up now, thank God. I think there's a tiny overlap with what I was previously doing that might have been missed out, and not massively. It was just adding in decor to the main building, which was down here. Now, why is that? Okay. Right, so this was the room. So I'm just going to check it all looks good. Right, got a scroll. That barrel looks a bit too big. I don't know how I feel about the size of that barrel actually. I thought that was okay, but it was a little bit too unrealistic. So let's just... Oh, that's much better. Okay, a chair, a scroll for the player. It feels a bit too close to that knife, so I might actually just move that there. Just going to micro adjust here, guys. Not sure if I'm happy with that tankard being placed there. What I'm actually going to do, I'll grab these assets. I'm just going to move them down a bit and then move them across one. I don't want the layout to be too unrealistic. I want it to be a bit of a natural looking layout, and that looks better, doesn't it? I'm not happy about the rotation of that, so I'm just going to swivel that round to there and maybe have that just like that. That knife does seems so huge. Let's shrink it down just a little bit. There we go. It was a bit too big. Okay. And I'm just gonna skimmy this just towards the edge. And then see what I'm doing here with the lighting. It's kind of like the lighting is on the scroll, indicating to the player, like, come and pick me up kind of thing. So if we go in, ooh, actually, let's move it into the light. Into the light. Look at that. The lighting on it is like, you know, any player would know if you find a scroll, you know, go and pick it up kind of thing. But, I mean, I quite like it being there. I don't think that's too far. Let's just save and play. And if we actually go over here, it stands out to the table because the light is shining on it. So it's kind of like, you know, and then we can have the torch. That doesn't feel too big actually. We could have the torch on the table. Batteries. I need to have somewhere for the batteries. I do feel like we need a sink or something. I'm just gonna get these just so we can see while we're fleshing it out. Right, so um, should we have a sink in there? Is that too tall? Uh, I don't know if I should cover up. I mean, I could try and find a few planks just to cover up these gaps, but I just, I mean, there's enough kind of light shining through. Right, so the torch will be over here. Um, where's that? Right, we want something that's easily accessible. I don't know how. Let me just see how deep this is. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, let's put it on that wall over there. I'm just going to delete. Do that. I'm going to plonk it on there. Perfect. And then that. Let's just make sure. Looks good. We'll move it across one. We'll make the scale a little bit bigger. Probably like that. I'm just going to bring it down so it's not overlapping on that wooden frame. Okay, so that looks good. I'm just going to slow down the camera angle. Okay. Feels a bit too close to the floor for my liking. I mean, we could make this come out just a tad and maybe go up one. Let's do one more. That looks good. Move across just a tad. And just because I'm a little bit OCD, let's do 1118. Ugh! I did say 1118. There we go. Oh, look at that. That is pretty much spot on. Right, and I'm just going to test that. This is going to have the batteries on. We'll have them maybe on the middle shelf here. Just wondering if we should. I don't want to overdo it. I feel like we need. I know what I need. It's kind of like a rug just for the floor. We don't really have. Wonder if there will be any in my fantastic village pack. Actually, let's have a look at the treasure. Not materials, meshes. Materials, meshes. Okay, there's nothing really. Clothesline. Don't need light, although it just feels with the chimney like, you know, in a fisherman's hut you would have kind of like a chimney, but there isn't really anything in here. And it might be cool to actually put a few potions up there. Let's move that back. Move that, rotate that round. Make that a bit Ugh. Okay. See, what I was going to do is I was gonna kind of have. Basically, I need to create some batteries. I need a torch to go over here, and I need batteries to go on a shelf. But I wanted to have the batteries hidden under a ball. I'm just wondering. Now, what you want, if you had something hidden, what would you put it under? It can't be too hard because it's quite a dark room, so I think if we were to have a chalice, and if we made the scale large, and then flipped it on its arse, so it would be the 180, and then move that up. I want it to be on there. It's the blue one, so we want to have that at, let's try 193. Perfect. And then if I save and test, I'll just see how that looks. Hmm. Does that... I'm just wondering if I should have... So I don't have an asset for like a fireplace, and it wouldn't seem right to put in like bricks or something. I don't know if that seems right, you know. I'm not sure if that was the right asset to use. I'm just trying to come up with something that attracts the player and is a bit like obvious. So it feels a bit silly putting in a chimney if I haven't got the fireplace inside the inside the house. But I literally don't have any assets for something like that. So oh, I've had a clever idea. What if? What if? I've got it. What if I had an upturned bucket? I know what to do. I know what to do. Right. Okay. Because basically the objective is you come in here, you read the note, it tells you what you need to do, and it gives you a clue you should look around. So you have a look around, you're exploring, la di da di da. Find a torch, boom. How are you going to power the torch? Batteries. Where are the batteries? Have a look around. Not on the shelf, not over here, not over here, not in here. But what if there was a bucket that was affected by physics? So when you walk into it, it goes flinging out of the way and underneath it were the batteries. But you wouldn't think to walk into the bucket unless, I don't know, unless something attracted you. So what if we put in a shiny bit of treasure? Um, you've got to be realistic as well. This is a fisherman's hut. This is going to be some rich person. But what about a dagger? You could use that for gutting the fish, so it's kind of realistic, isn't it? Kind of realistic. Oh, why is that going down? Didn't want that to go down. Right, let's make the scale of that just a tad bigger. Where would we put it? Would we put it there? This is like the kitchen area, so you've got the cooking stuff, you've got some food, stuff over here. I might put some vegetables on there, or maybe a couple in the pan. I just feel like we need a bloody some kind of chimney place there or something. I don't know. I've sod it. You know what? I'm going to put bricks in just because it's bugging me. Right, let's just quickly figure this. Meshes, prop, container. What is that? It's got like metal hooks. What is that? Ooh, oh, that was a bit fast. What have we got here then? It's got hooks. Looks like a water bucket, doesn't it? I'm not a fan of that one. That one. We want one that's not too dark. We want it to be a bit visible. Oh, what about basket? No, basket would be interior. Bucket would be more exterior. The basket. Woven basket. That's nice. Okay, let's try this. So basically, we want this to go up here. And kind of want it to be just at a slight angle. And then if we get the y-axis, I think that is the y-axis, isn't it? Yeah, it's the y. X, Y, Z. Yeah. And if we have that there, is that going to be obvious enough? Whoa! I know what I'm trying to do. Whoa! No, we want the rotation. Thank you. Rotation. Is that? Okay. going to do, I'm actually going to rotate these around like that. So, player. Size-wise, that looks about right, doesn't it? Okay, let's just quickly add some fruit to the shelf. And I'm just going to put in a stone chimney. It's not ideal. I would have preferred a wooden, I don't know, a metal log burner, but I do not have that asset, so I've got to work with what I've got. Foods. Right, what would you have in a pan? Maybe some bell peppers. Some broccoli. What is that? Corn. Not happy with the leaves, just there we go. And what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to just copy that out. I'll have a couple. Okay, just going to lower that down just a tad. So it needs to be 185 roughly. 85. That's good. And then we'll just chuck a carrot in there as well. Where's my carrot? There was a better looking carrot, there we go. So with this one, I will have it on end, so... That is a really big carrot. To be fair, beetroots are actually... Or radishes, sorry, they're radishes. 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 Right, let's try 195. That's good. I'm going to duplicate that, and I'm just going to rotate that around. And then we'll do the same again. We will duplicate it. Perfect. And it would be nice. So 14 minus 1465. 465. There we go. So cooking area, dining area, stock, random crates, cooking area, storage. I feel like maybe we could put one of those goblets up there. Meshes. I'm just gonna save game. Actually, let's put some clay pots. That would be good. We can shrink down the size of that. It would look a bit odd just having completely empty shelves. That's a bit better, isn't it? And just shimmy it across. else would you have? You wouldn't have a chest on a shelf. Come on, Mike. I was after like a little jewellery box or something. Just something. Let's just put another pot on there. Maybe a couple of bowls. I can't say it properly. Props. Deco. I know I saw some bowls. Container. Maybe container. No. Food. There we go. And then we'll just shrink down the size of that. And then location. And then I'm just going to duplicate this. And we will tilt this. Actually, no we won't. That looks good. And I might just have what would you have on that shelf, Mr. Fisherman? What would I put on that shelf? I would what would I put on there if it was me? I mean this may very well be way too big for that. I mean, we don't need to put anything on that. I think that'll do. Right. Right, let me just swap out this chimney because it's annoying me. It's annoying me. So meshes, buildings. Perfect. Delete out that chimney. And then if we put the roof back on. Oh, it seems a bit too big. You know what? Don't do what you did, Mike. Got it. Okay. Chimney's up there. Maybe we could put a bench there just so it's not an empty space. It would be nice to have a little bench just because it looks a bit like you've just left a completely empty space there. Oh, I like this one. A stool. A bit too small for my liking. Would you put a bench there? No, I think a stool might be better. What is this one though? Market shelf. That seems too small. What is this one? Again, too small. Nice side table. Perfect. Make it a tiny bit bigger. And I'm going to put some literature on there because that's the kind of thing you'd have by your bed. So if we go to deco. No, you wouldn't have. Right, this is meant to be like a kind of fairy thing. Oh, sorry, Jay. Sorry, Aaron. I've only just seen the stream. Sorry guys, I've completely lost in development there. How are you doing, guys? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in. Really sorry, I've just been completely absorbed in this. I didn't even see the comments. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys are well. I'm almost done fleshing out this room, and then I can work on the door mechanic here. Um, it's the fisherman's hut. I can show you the rock trap I've got as well. So let me just quickly finish. I'm just trying to kit this place out so it looks like a realistic kind of. Is that a cup? It's the same cup over there, isn't it? What would he have on his bedside table? What would he have? What would the fisherman have on his bedside table? We wouldn't have some logs. Oh, flowers. Might be quite nice. Yes, you'd have some flowers inside for a bit of nature. Let's do that. A little bit of flowers. And what would you have next to the flowers? What would you have next to the flowers? What would I have next to the flowers? Um, would I have an apple? Would I have a cooking pot? Oh, Jay, I'll show you it in a minute, mate. Give me a sec. Uh, I'm literally doing the final touch, dude. Um, you know what? I don't want to overdo it. I don't want to overdo it. I'm happy as it is. So let's just play test the environment. So so this is the for my assignment. I've got to do a third person survival game. I've got to do traps, got to do all sorts of stuff. So I've got this pitfall. It's not a pitfall, sorry. It's like a trap in the wilderness. Obviously, that rock will be a bit more hidden, and basically, yeah, you go over this and it triggers the trap. So nice bit of mechanics there. And then this is the play zone. This isn't actually the world, but what I can do is all the stuff I'm creating in this zone, I can copy those assets into another project. So this is more getting the fundamentals done, the blueprints, the coding side of things. I need to work on this door animation in a second. But this is the fisherman's hut. So when you come in here, you basically need to find the scroll. Now, can you see what I've done? I've been a bit clever with the design. So I think this would look like a normal room. Obviously, I'm limited to 3 assets, and on the marketplace, there are very few assets in terms of like I'm restricted to a certain engine version and also free assets, so I can't pay for assets. So I've done my best to make it look like a room that someone would kind of live in, which I think it's kind of how I would lay out a room. So if you look in here, you can see there's not that much light, but where there is light, it shines on key objectives. So you come over here, the scroll is literally in the light there, and basically it gives you an instruction on what you should do. And then this basket, you see what I've done there? It's kind of like it's highlighted by the sunlight coming through there, so it's kind of like um, like the player might spot that because there's not much light in here, but where there is light, it's shining on objectives, things that you are drawn to. So, like I've used a shiny golden handled dagger there, hidden under a basket, and basically under the basket will be batteries. And over here, I'm going to put a torch. So these are key items required to progress in the game. So I think I'm happy with this. I need to create a torch in Blender that I can just, because I haven't got an asset for that, and it's an important item. Um, Now, what I wanted to do was I'm just looking at the gaps thinking, where is this light coming from? Like, where is that light coming from? It's not being covered up when I'm walking. I'm wondering if that's because I'm in a first person model and not an actual dummy, because this here is essentially the model we're using, so our body isn't blocking the light. I'll put this in here for size reference, so I can make sure that the hut was a believable size. So what? Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's this whole room is quite important in the game, because where you start off, it's going to kind of be, you go through a forest and you have to find this building, and in the building you need to find a key outside. You get the key, you open the door, you go in, you find the note, tells you what to do next, kind of thing. And then the torch, which is going to be over here along with the batteries under here, is going to be required to do the final objective. So it's all going to be in here. Now, what I quickly needed to do was I need to make this basket move. So I'm just going to go into the mechanics, and if I remember, um, it's simulate physics. So if I turn that on, that should mean it's movable. Oh, it moved! Oh, oh, we don't want it to go under. We don't want, no! Oh, it's gone under there. Okay, so basically, next to the dagger would be the batteries. It's a bit of an odd place, but I wanted to. I didn't want it to be too obvious, like just put it on the table under a basket, because why would you have a basket on the table? Like, that wicker basket is kind of like, you know, the idea is like it's. I just don't know why it went under the bed. Like, you can see the size. It shouldn't have gone under that bed, so I don't know how that happened. Simulate physics. Constraints. Simulate generation hit event. Can characters step up on? Yes. Collision presets. Right. Why is that unticked? Can characters step up? Yes, right. Physics actor. I think this is the bit I need to just quickly play around with, guys. So what I do is, if I go custom, those ticks should be unblocked. There we go. Right. Block. So if I just test this quickly, that won't move, I don't think. Oh, it does. Oh, it went under the bed. Hold on. Hold on. We don't want it to pass through that frame, so maybe that's something to do with the model of the bed. I'll tell you what, I'm going to try a different approach, because that doesn't seem... Actually, no, I can test this. I think that's the design of that furniture. I think whoever's done the 3D asset for the bed has not made that, like, I don't know. Right, so I think I know how to test this. Right, so custom. I think that was on physics actor. I'm pretty sure that was on physics actor. So let me just test that. It should be back as default. No, it's not. What is going on? You know what? I'm just going to delete that because I think I've messed up a tiny bit. It's not really a puzzle game. Oh, boy, Jay, if the boys are there, you can show them if you want. If you want to show them what Dad's working on. Oh, it's going to kind of ruin the objective of the game because you're going to see what needs doing. I'm kind of giving away. Not that that's, I don't know if I'll be able to release it, but location, we're going to move that more into the light, and rotation, we'll do the blue one. So we want that. I wonder if the handle actually is quite reflective in the light. Let's see. Not really. Let's go do blue rotation. And then red location. I kind of want that to be about there, so the handle is shown. And then if I put that basket back in, save the game, or project, sorry. Because what I want to do, I want the basket to be resting on it. Oh, are they? Oh, that's a shame. It's a tiny bit early, 7:15. So it's props, I think container. I wonder if this basket might be a little bit better. Right, so we adjust the scale, make it a little bit bigger, not too big. And then rotation, y-axis, raise it up. You raise me up. Whoop. And alright, we need to be on a level with the blade. Oh, that's not even on the floor. Let's just lower that down a tad. So you see that white outline? That's where it's in touch with another asset. So it's just on the edge there, but that's fine. Alright, so now we need to make this come down. Yeah, so this isn't really a puzzle game, Joe. This is more, it's a survival game, and the objective is you're on an island, you're stranded, you don't know how you got there, but you've basically got to light a signal fire to escape the island. So essentially, there's a few key points that the player needs to get to in order to get what is required to escape. So like I say, this is a key room, so it's a very important room, which is why I'm making sure I've got it just right, and quite a bit of thought process has gone into the design of it. Hence why I'm like creatively using the light to give the player a little bit of an inkling as to where they should be going or what they should be heading towards. So right, that is on there. So what I now need to do, I need to just angle that just right. So if I press E, I'll get the rotation up. So we know that the green will make it go at an angle that way. So, ooh, that's about right, isn't it? Okay, and then we'll press W. We'll get the that up, and we need to make the blue one go up. Okay. I love that. I love that. Look, it's ever so slightly just revealed. Like, I don't want it to be too revealed. I think that's pretty cool, right? And that's a realistic size for a woven basket inside. So now if I save and play, oh, that is great. That is awesome. Right. So what we need to do, we need to make that basket move and react to the player. So now if I click on that asset, and then if I click simulate physics, and then save, I'm hoping that's not going to have moved. What? How has it gone all the way over there? Look, do you see what I mean about the bed? Look, if I move it over here, look, it's not that basket is literally not moving. But this bed frame, for some reason, whoever's made the asset, it is as if it's kind of not a solid. Some of the bits you'd expect to be solid aren't solid. That's not a problem though. That's not a problem. Now, why did the physics make that bounce? I'm wondering if it's because it's conflicting. I wonder if that's why. Because it's on that, the physics are obviously like the bounciness and things, reaction to the environment. So I think that might be because it's ever so slightly touching the floorboard. So if I raise that up a smidgen, maybe that might fix it. So we're on 121 on the z-axis. So if I raise that up just to 125, it's still ever so slightly touching. What is that touching? What is that touching, guys? What is that touching? Is it the tip of, oh, it's the tip of the blade. Okay, right. Let's save and see if that made that a little bit better. It's possessed. The basket is possessed. There has to be a way. Right, let's do 126. 126. See if that makes a difference. For God's sake. Oh, dude. I'll tell you what, maybe I should just make this. Right, let's have a look at the settings maybe. Enable gravity. Apply impulse. Hmm. Just trying to think how. Let's put that on 0. Oh, hold on, what was that on? My 0, 0.01. Let's put that on 0. 0.01. 0.01. 0.01. Right. 0.01. I think I just need to. I think what I should just try and do is just make this go up by one more point. It's not touching anything. Oh, this basket has been naughty. Okay, I've got a different idea. Welcome back, Aaron. Welcome back, amigo. Thank you for joining in. Sorry I haven't been streaming much. I've started uni and I'm extremely busy, so I haven't really had the time to be honest. Right, what I've been trying to do is get this barrel. I think I've just been too creative with it. I think what I should be doing instead is just instead of because I've been creative with the light here. If I just play, like the idea was like you go into this room, there's not much light. Um, the scrolls illuminated by the limited light there is in a room draws you over to it. You find out your objective, and then there's going to be a torch over here. I need to make a torch in Blender. And then the idea with the basket and the knife was essentially it was going to be covering up where the batteries are, which would be required to operate the torch. So I think what I should do is drop the knife concept, and instead I'm going to delete that basket asset and the knife, and I am going to I'm just going to put in some baskets that react to the player, basically. Um, I'll just have 3 that are different sizes. Um, 2, 3, maybe. Don't want to have too many. But we want this section here to be the kind of where the batteries are hidden. And what I want to do, I want to have this one upturned. So if I press E, I get the rotation. I'll just basically flip this to 180. And then we'll bring this W and up. And then let's grab that little bit there. And then we'll make the scale of this one slightly larger. It's touching the floor, it's under the floor though, so I need to raise that up. There we go. And then these two, that you need to have a little size difference or else it just doesn't look right, does it? So I'm going to put this by the bed and that one there. There we go. It looks a little bit more natural now, doesn't it? I actually might just move that one back and that one just a tad that direction. Right, and then if I enable physics on this, I'm hoping the bugger's not going to bounce. Get ready. Yeah, I'm good, dude. I'm good. I'm good. Just very, just I've got a lot of uni stuff on. There's like, oh, what is there? I've got a number of projects. Got an essay. I think there's actually, God, a different one to this is like a maze thing. That's a 100-hour project, that one, which is a bit mental. But this one is due. This one I'm doing at the moment. This is due December, so this one's a 50-hour project. So yeah, I've been keeping good, mate. Other than being busy. What about yourself? What kind of game am I making? In brief, the concept or the assignment is a first-person survival game, and essentially the player starts in on this island. You don't know how you got there, and the objectives are you have to get to this hut, which is what I'm been designing at the minute. There's a key to open the hut, and then with that, once you've got in the hut, you find that scroll. The scroll has instructions saying you need to light a signal fire to escape. Um, and to get extra top marks, you need to add in a torch and batteries to operate the torch. And that is what this whole basket business, this basket business is about. Which you're probably wondering, why is he messing around with baskets? So it's quite a key area in the game. Now my spin on it. Oh, dude, I'd love you to, mate. It would be awesome. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'll have to check with the lecturers, and because obviously there's some play testing I'll be doing myself. I don't think this is a game that I'll be able to release like to the public. It's more for uni. So, um, but yeah, I don't know. I'd need to check about play testing, but I want to get my boys to test it. I think they'll love it. So, if I'm able to send it, if that's permitted, then I'd be more than happy to do so. You can like just bug test it, I guess. It'd be really cool to get some player feedback, but I don't think that's a requirement for this specific assessment. Um, but yeah, I'm so excited. Like I've literally made a spreadsheet with all of my assets I need. Um, I've got to do the game mechanics and things, and I've already designed like a sprite um, to act as the timer. So let me see if I can actually get it up. I can show you actually. Can you see that? You see that little thing that's ticking there? I made that earlier. Took less than 5 minutes. Very, very simple little timer. So instead of just have a lot of people in games, I've seen like they don't really put much effort into aesthetics, the player interface. You know, with the menus, the screens, the buttons. Whereas with my one, instead of just having the text saying with a ticking clock, I thought, no, it would be nice to have like maybe like a little wooden panel at the bottom where you have your health, you'll have objectives, and then you'll have the timer and the score. So I'll think of the layout. But yeah, this is a little thing I designed earlier. So Yeah, go for it, dude. Why not? I've definitely picked the right course. This is definitely down my street. Right, let me just test the physics of this. So I need to simulate physics on the crate. That's going to make it have thingy. Please be there. It's not moved. So if I walk into it, it should move. Yes! Yes! It worked! Oh, I'm so happy. Right, so, yep, just test that again. We go in there, boom. And that's where the batteries are going to be. Perfect. I don't know if I should make the other baskets move. Um, you know what I could do, which would be quite smart? Because there's an issue with that bed frame, you can see, technically, I'm not happy about that going through the bed. It looks like a bit of a little bit of a bug in a way, but I think, like you can see, like if I just show you again, the basket is reacting to other objects and it's not, oh fuck, it's not getting affected. Like look, if I bring it over here, it's not being moved, but the bed frame is the only thing that's bugging me. So I should theoretically be able to put in a. Just wondering, is there like a transparency option? Oh, rendering actor hidden in game allows us to only see this actor in the editor and not in the actual game. I can make an invisible wall so it doesn't go through the bed frame. Oh yes, I'm a genius. Right, so we go on here and I'm going to do plane and then B, rotate 90 degrees, W and up. It's just bugging me that it's going through that. Hold on, why is that invisible? That's weird. That's really weird. Okay, so now what we want to do, we just want it to be on the bed frame. That is spot on. Okay, now we should be able to. Where was that option I just had about actor hidden in game? There we go. And we're not going to have this called plane. We're going to have this as static mesh um, bed frame fix. Bed frame hotfix. I'm going to call it hotfix because it's a fix. What do you mean better dev than you, Ubisoft? What do you mean? Okay, so if I go up the top here and then if I shimmy this across, we want to stretch this out so that it's so if I have this padlock closed, it means it scales it like that. I don't want that, so we untick that and then we're actually able to adjust the parameters so we've got control. So is that about, you know what, let's just make it a little bit further. I'm happy with that. So now we've got a thing there that shouldn't show up in game. Let's put it to the, bear with me guys. Sorry about that, guys. Just had to take a phone call. Right, okay, so yeah, basically, Ubisoft are shite. I wouldn't know. I personally haven't had anything against their games. I've got Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which I think has been developed by Ubisoft. Fantastic game. Um, yeah, so sorry, going back to this quickly. The actor, where was that option where I said visible? Actors hidden in game. So under rendering, actor hidden. So I've fixed the problem where that crate was the basket, sorry, was going into the bed. I'm a genius. I've literally just kind of done a bit of a bug fix, really, wouldn't you say? That is essentially a bug fix. Like if you're having things disappear into things that shouldn't be doing that, I've literally just fixed it. So yeah, basically, and the basket is staying exactly where we want it to. It's illuminated by the light. I'm happy with that. The last thing I need to do, separate to this, is to create a torch and create some batteries. It's going to be very, very basic. It just needs to look a little tiny bit like one. But lastly, for this room, I just want to put in a couple of planks, makeshift planks, because I'm not happy that it looks an incomplete building. It looks like shoddy design. So I'm going to come out here. Now I should be able to see the planks that are placed if they affect any of the light coming in. And because my character is literally just these arms, I don't have a character with a full body that's actually covering up the light shadows. So I'm going to come up here, save that, and I'm going to get the dock up, content drawer, sorry. This is going to be not materials, it'll be meshes, buildings. Um, hmm. It wouldn't be environment. There's only three things there for environment. Let's look at construction. See, the problem we have is if you look at the shape here, if I come to the outside, you can see like that's a very odd shape. Like so, it arches. So we kind of need to have some planks, a single plank asset that we can fill in, and that actually looks like it does the job. Right here, a single plank. Right, so I'm going to come back, get that up and drag that in. And we're going to press E, and then we're going to adjust that to 90 degrees. And we're going to rotate it. I want that to be level. It kind of needs to be in the middle, doesn't it? It needs to be 15, minus 15. Hold on. No, it needs to be 65 degrees on the green, on the Y rotation. 65. Perfect. Love this. I'm loving this so much. Right, so there we go. We have our roof. So now if I come up here, if I move that, you can actually see, can you see that? If I come in, because it's important that we don't cover up those lights. So I don't think there's any way that's going to affect the light on the basket. So, and we don't necessarily have to like right, I just need to make sure I'm getting this right. Right, that's not right. It needs to be that just. So it's the red. So just do. That looks about right, doesn't it? And then we the blue. So the blue scale comes down. Or actually, no, what we could do, instead of messing around with the scale, we could just bring it down. Hide it under the roof. I know it's not perfect. I know that. I'm well aware of that, but it's, you know, I'm having to work with what I've got here, and asset-wise, I don't know what's going on there. I don't like that it's sticking out of that, so I should. That's the Y. So if I do the rotation, I should be able to just hide the edge there. 65. Let's just bring that. No, I'm doing the wrong one. Why is that moving that way? What axis? Hold on. Why is that? Oh, you know what? This will do. That'll do. Okay, so now I'm just gonna. I just want to check. I don't want to hide the things at the second. Right. So now what we're gonna do? We're gonna duplicate that and move that way. Oh, sorry, that's my farming alarm for RuneScape. That looks good. Right, now we're going to bring one over this side without covering up that. So we want the light. Actually, no, that'll be okay. We can just adjust the scroll there. Okay. Right, so now we just quickly fix these. Scale is going to be the blue. No, it's not. Perfect. What is going on here? Oh, that's perfect. Right, so now we want to place this more in the light. So what we're going to do, location, get the green, just place that in the light. And the rotation is blue. So just do that. And get the thing up there. Oh, red. Perfect. And you know what I can do, guys? You're going to love this. You are going to absolutely love this. What we're going to do all of those assets that we just made here, we are going to copy them and drag them over to the other side. So I'm going to ungroup that, save it. I'm just going to collect these. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13. Copy that. So what we do, you're going to love this. We hold Alt. No, we don't. Yes, we do. We hold Alt and then we just drag the red arrow and it duplicates it to the other end. We'll go over here and then all we need to do is we press E and then we move that to 180, W, and then we just slide it in, and because it's an identical building it should all kind of look the same. Oh, it's perfect. It's perfect. I have done it, guys. I've done it. So yeah, that frame, SM bed frame hotfix. So save, play. You can see what's in the room. You can see the light is illuminating the scroll. The basket can be moved, which has the which will have the batteries under, and then the torch I'll obviously make. So I have done the fisherman's hut. That is one of the main. Whoa, that's a bit fast. Right, what we need to do next is the animation on the door. So we need to have a trigger point. Now I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to stop the stream because I think I've already been. I think I did a 2-hour stream earlier. I've been at this all day, and I'm quite happy with this. Very happy. Okay, save the project. Alright, so the door frame, we are going to put that at 0. Boom. Save. Play. Oh, I can't get in. Let me in. Right, so what you do, you come out of that, save it again because I'm a save freak. Right, let me just bring up my document. Right, so this is opening an animated door. So, let me just recap. I did do this the other day. So we need to set the pivot point. Right, so the pivot point is very appropriately placed right in the corner, which I think is actually perfect. Which means I should be able to just jump straight into the place actors, which is level sequence actor. We put that here. Notice the clapper board. Anyone familiar with film will know that's what you do for action. You snap the board. So what we now do is we double click this. It should have brought up the thing. sequencer, there we go. One second, guys. Details panel. Just give me 1 second, I'm just reading my lecture notes here. Bear with me. Right, we're going to create a new folder and call this animation. Go in there and we're going to call this door animation. Or actually, no, I might call it door open or door unlock. Okay, so now we have the door unlock. Okay. And there it is. Should be able to double click on that. And then I think we should be able to just drag that asset. Yeah, in the outliner. So we drag this onto the sequencer, which is, you can see here on the sequencer is basically, the outliner here is basically all the project files. So we click on that and then we drag that into here. And all we have to do is at 150 frames, keyframes. So we, let me just make sure I got this right. Yeah, okay. 120 degrees is quite good actually. I quite like 120 degrees. Okay. Right, so we set a keyframe, which is, I think it was enter? I'm sure it was enter to add a keyframe. Let me just double check. Oh, sorry, give me 1 sec. I'm trying to find the shortcut for add keyframe. I'm sure it was enter. It was enter. Why was it not doing it before? Little bugger. Yeah, 120. There we go. Right, so now to the front. There we have our door opening, guys. So cool. It's so freaking cool. I know it's so simple, guys, but honestly, you don't appreciate this stuff when you're doing a dev of it. It's very. I'm not even joking. Look at the light, the way the light just the shadow of the door. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. Look at it. It's amazing. Okay, right. We have our animation for the door frame. Now what we need to do is add a trigger box so that when you cross the trigger box, it will open the door. Obviously, um, we need a key to get in here, so that's the next thing to me to figure out how to, um, get it to do that. So, right, we've done the animation. Let's just save that. And now what we need to do is put the trigger in. Box trigger. Trigger box. There we go. Okay. Now with this box, this is basically when the player comes into contact with this box, the door will open. So I don't want to have it right on the door. Let's put that sequencer at the start. We'll have that about there. Have it about there. So when you get close to the door opens, basically. And we're going to call this, I'm going to call it TR for trigger. Door open. What did I call the animation? I kind of want to have the naming consistent. Oh, door unlock. Okay, I'll just do door unlock. I'm going to name it that. Door unlock. Keep it consistent. There we go. Okay. Right, now we're going to go up to here. We're going to go open level blueprint. All right. And right now what we need to do is come up here. Right. Collision. So we need to do begin overlap. And then so begin overlap. to drag, and then we need to drag the execute pin, and then on actor begin overlap, on actor begin overlap. I don't think that was right. I think I've missed a step. Let's create level sequence. Create level sequence player. There we go. That's what I needed. Okay. Let's go move this out a little bit more. Right, so now compile. If we click. Whoa! Get rid of that blueprint. Hmm. Okay, let's try that again. Door unlock, there we go. Now it should work. And what you can see, this is really cool, you can see, there it works. Now, if I do that again, the lines here should go red if you watch carefully. Oh no, it didn't do it. So, if you keep going into that block, it repeats. And the way to stop that doing that, we need to keep state. Change the properties to keep state. Hmm. Hmm. We don't want that to close. Right, so basically I need to figure out how to keep the state. Oh, sequencer. We need to go back to the sequencer. Okay. Compile. Close the blueprint. We go to sequencer and drawer animation. Right, so how do we get it to keep state? We need that to keep state. How do we get it to keep state? That is the next challenge. Properties. So we need it there. Hmm. Properties. Keep state. Just trying to find this keep state. Lighting. Collision. I'm gonna have to look this up. Bear with me, guys. Alright, give me 1 sec, guys.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Give me 1 second. I can't find. I can't seem to find the. Why did I not get that option? What? So it's under the animation. I don't understand. Right, let's see if that did it. Let's see if that did it, guys. So it's kind of like what needs to happen is like you kind of need that box to be removed. Because like over here, I've got this trap. I'll show you the trap. But it's because the trigger box is still there. Okay. So it's kind of like what you need to do is on the blueprints here. Yes, destroy actor. Not self. Target is going to be. I'm going to see if that works. What's the warning I'm getting? What's the warning? Maybe that's not the right thing I'm looking for. I don't know if this is going to work. Oh, how do you add? Oh, there we go. No, I want to move that. There we go. 1 second, guys. Don't know if this is going to work. Oh, it killed me. Why did it kill me? I don't want to die. Oh, it's actually killed me. I don't want it to kill me. I wanted it to target other actor. Oh, collision. I don't want it to target myself. I want it to target. How difficult is the coding? Sorry, I've only just seen your comment, dude. This is the coding. This is what you see here. This is the blueprints. If I actually bring this up here, it'll be a lot better for you to see. So this is this is the visual scripting. It's called blueprints. So instead of doing the hard coding, C++, you do this. It's like a drag and drop coding with nodes. I'll just show you what I'm trying to do. So compile that, save, uh, save all. Right, so basically, um, we've got the animation working. Yeah, so this little box is a collision box. Right, so the idea is you start here, you go over here, you hit the invisible box, and it opens the door. And then you go in and do what you need to do, but then when you go out, because the box is still there, it will keep doing that animation. Yeah, because we've not told the system to basically, once player hits the box will then disappear, and that will be that. So it's kind of like it's like you need a step in the blueprint. You need a step. I want to figure this out. After I figure this out, I am going to end the stream because I think I've been doing this for about 5 hours today, and I've made great progress. Like, I've designed the hut. That's all set up. We figured out this little issue. Um, I just want to figure this out. I don't want to have Google tell me the answer. I feel like I can figure this out. Um, so right, so let's just go through the steps here. So on actor, so basically this sequence is saying when um, the cube is overlapped, um, it plays the animation. But we kind of want to step in between that, which will be. I just wonder if we can add another step in here. which basically just removes it. I'm going to have to look this up because it's such, I know it's such a simple thing and it's bugging me. Like I say, I'm new to this program, guys. I'm learning. Bear with me. Function. I think I've got it. No. We don't want a new graph. We want to add. I think I might have this, guys. Bear with me. Uh, no, I've already got that. I want to add. Trigger door unlock. Right. I want to destroy self. I don't know if that's going to do it. It might kill me. Oh my god. No, it's still there. It's still there. You bastard. Unless there's a way you can make it. You want it to be inactive. So maybe set state, maybe? Set state. Hmm. don't think that's right. We don't want to. I don't know if that's going to do the job. So that's basically saying when you come into contact with it, you play the animation, job done. But then when the actor comes off of the overlap, it should destroy self. I'm not sure if that's going to do it. I'm hoping it won't kill me. Oh my god. I did it! I did it. I just did it. I figured it out. I figured it out. No way. Now what I want to do, I can't. Did I just did I just figure that out on my own? No way. I know you guys are like, Mike, that's the simplest thing you've just done, but for someone that's learning the software. So going over the sequence on the blueprints here on actor, as in me, begin overlap, as in contact slash collision with the invisible collision cube. This happens. We have the animation we made, the door unlock, play. And then this is basically saying when us, the actor, comes off of the collision with the box, it should destroy itself, right? So the way I want to make sure that is happening, because remember, that box is invisible, and if I show you, I think it was rendering, actor hidden in game, right? So I'm just going to press play and show you that. You see, you can't see the box. So now, if I do untick that box, hold on. If I tick that, you can see it. And to test it, hold on. Why is it not disappearing? What? Hold on a minute. I've made the code work, but why is the box still showing? Surely destroy means... But it's doing what I need it to do. It's not repeating the animation. And I'll just show that to you, right? I'll just show you that. That's really weird. I'm puzzled. Right, so I'm just going to copy this code. No, actually, let me just turn that back on. I'm just going to double check. You can see it there. We turn actor hidden in game. It's not there. That's what we want. Okay, so now I'm just puzzled by that because theoretically, by that notion, destroy actor, you would assume that that collision box would then just delete from the world. That's what should happen. So I'm just puzzled as to why that's not happening. But I'm just going to test it again. So we go in, we've hit the invisible box, which opens the door. and it doesn't repeat the animation every time we go over the invisible box, which is exactly what I wanted it to do. And obviously, when it comes to the actual game and this whole prop being placed in the game, um, this isn't going to be a problem. Sorry, I'm just watching my computer. It's CPU fans at 1491 RPM, GPU is at 52 degrees, and the CPU is at 55 degrees. It's brilliant. So obviously in this little play zone, we're having to jump up the step. But when I come to actually sculpting the landscape, that won't be the case. I'll obviously raise the floor so you can run straight through it. So don't worry about that. Right now, what I wanted to do was I just wanted to double check the blueprint code. So I'm just going to copy this. And I'm just going to delete it. I'm just going to test it, right? So watch what happens if we remove that code. So the door opens and then the box, remember, it will just repeat the animation. See that? Every time I go towards it. Yeah. So I've discovered. Like I had a quick Google, but Google didn't give me the answer. I put in the search terms and I couldn't find the answer. But then I was just like, I used my head and problem solving, and I was like, why is this not working? And if I just paste that code back in there, it's because it's literally here, guys. It's just a bit of common sense. You look at the code, you think, okay, you look at the code, you see on actor begin overlap, so on collision with the box, that's what happens. So then it's like, okay, on the actor end, what happens when you come off of the collision? Well, it destroys itself. Uh, Now, I don't quite understand. Obviously, the self, this whole blueprint, I mean, it's almost as if that. No, you can't even link that to that. But you can see here, guys, what it's assigned to. Um, if I just do on actor and overlap, like we've already got that event there, and it is related specifically to TR door unlock. So this whole blueprint. It's a shame that's not really snapping to grid. I think that's ever so slightly. No, it is online. It's just my OCD. There we go. I want it to be nice and neat. So I've got OCD. There we go. Just tied up those blueprints. That's annoying. Oh no, that is online. It just didn't look like it was. Okay. And what we should be able to do as well, we should be able to add a note here. I think, how do you do that? I know you can. I know there's a way you can. I need to get rid of that. Oh, there's a way you can add, you can like, there we go. Add comment. So this is going to be, and this will be, so that's after the door opens, and this will be uh, player contact with door. There we go. So now I'll just have to have that on the grid because this is my OCD. It has to be on the grid lines. Sorry. So player contact with the door. This is what happens. We've got the overlap of the invisible box. Plays the animation. Boom. After the door opens, that's what happens. Uh, Compile and save all. Close that. And also, this was what my query was with my thought process. The blueprint. Uh, Blueprint class. It's the trigger, wasn't it? Not the rock fall, that's the trap. It was TR. TR, but it's not under there. Trigger box. What is this text render actor? Where's that come from? What has text render actor come from? Where has that appeared from? What is this about? Is that just, does that come with it? Where is, oh, it's that. I thought, what is this? It's not something I put in. That's good. Okay, so just to test it again, guys. I'm sorry I'm repeating myself. Go on here. We click on the blueprints, open over blueprint, and boom. Yeah, so that's all there. It's all functioning as it should. I am very, very happy. Boom. Come away. The door is opened. It does not repeat itself. We can go through the room. We can explore. The basket moves. The scroll's there. That is one big task done. I'm not going to get round to doing the button because it is, I think I've been doing this for about 5.5 hours. I haven't eaten, so I'm gonna have to stop to eat. But I've literally done this. Just a quick recap for today's game dev. We did the rock trap. I'll just actually play it so you can actually see it in action. Um, we've got the rock pitfall. It's not. I keep calling it a pitfall. It's basically going to be a trap. You step over the twigs and then the rock falls down. Physics enabled. It looks really nice. And then yeah, we've created this fisherman's hut. This is going to be put on like a coastal section, just a basic beach. So you can see it looks pretty decent. It doesn't look like a bodge job. Um, I've worked with the assets I've had available. Um, I'll add some illumination to that light lantern thing. And then we've got the room, which is going to have the key objectives, the scroll, a torch, and the batteries hidden underneath the basket. So I think I've made some excellent progress today. I'm very happy with the layout of this room. You know, it's it looks as you kind of expect a room to look. You know, I've got fairly limited assets. You know, if I had more, I'd probably deck it out a bit more, but I'm quite, I'm quite limited to what I've got to work with. So I'm very happy with this. That is a really good session. I've got a smile on my face right now. So next session, what we'll do is we'll add a switch on the door. Um, Not that we really need to do that, but it's just part of the learning for university. So I'll add a switch and then look into some kind of swinging traps and play around with that and see what I can come up with, which is going to be fun. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed it, give us a follow, and yeah, just it's been awesome to document this learning process. I feel like I'm getting more confident and quicker, especially with like the scaling, rotation, location. Um, and yeah, this is awesome. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.